don't know whether the pandemic started in a lab in Wuhan or evolved naturally, but we should want to know. 3 million people have died from this pandemic, and that should cause us to explore all possibilities. Instead, government authorities, self-interested in continuing gain-of-function research, say there's nothing to see here. Gain-of-function research, as you know, is juicing up naturally occurring animal viruses to infect humans. To arrive at the truth, the U.S. government should admit that the Wuhan Virology Institute was experimenting to enhance the coronavirus's ability to infect humans. Juicing up superviruses is not new. Scientists in the U.S. have long known how to mutate animal viruses to infect humans. For years, Dr. Ralph Barrick, a virologist in the U.S., has been collaborating with Dr. Shi Zhengli of the Wuhan Virology Institute, sharing his discoveries about how to create superviruses. This gain-of-function research has been funded by the NIH. The collaboration between the U.S. and the Wuhan Virology Institute continues.
The former head of the CDC said that he believes the COVID-19 virus actually originated from the Wuhan lab, not from the wet market.
I am of the point of view that I still think the most likely etiology of this pathogen in Wuhan was from a laboratory, escaped. Other people don't believe that. That's fine. Science will eventually figure it out. It's not unusual for respiratory pathogens that are being worked on in a laboratory to infect a laboratory worker. I do not believe this somehow came from a bat to a human, and at that moment in time, the virus that came to the human became one of the most infectious viruses that we know in humanity for human-to-human transmission. Normally, when a pathogen goes from a zoonotic to human, it takes a while for it to figure out how to become more and more efficient in human-to-human transmission. I just don't think this makes biological sense.
And shockingly, CNN senior medical correspondent Sanjay Gupta actually acted like a doctor for a change instead of a mouthpiece for CNN, and said that that is actually a very reasonable conclusion. I'm sure after letting that slip that he got reprimanded by his boss, Jeff Zucker, the president of CNN, because he doesn't get paid to give accurate, unbiased medical advice. He gets paid to push propaganda and fearmonger. There's plenty more to come in this video, so stay tuned. But real quick, subscribe to my channel if you're new here, because if this is your first time watching, obviously you need to see more. So subscribe to the channel and check back here on a regular basis. And surprisingly, many liberals are finally getting tired of being stuck at home all day and ordering Uber Eats every night, and want things to get back to normal. The New York Times just reported that, quote, there is not a single documented COVID infection anywhere in the world from casual outdoor interactions, such as walking past someone on a street or eating at a nearby table, end quote. But some people are having a difficult time reintegrating back into society, like this woman who was spotted shopping in what looks to be a Home Depot. Or this woman who was spotted in a grocery store wearing her homemade bubble. Society has obviously gone insane, and one of the only accurate things that Mr. Fauci has said is that a certain segment of the population will likely continue to wear their masks forever. Of course, we all know what kind of people will be doing that. And speaking of masks, here's Anderson Cooper wearing his favorite one.
Gee, when they told me a leather gift, I was thinking more in terms of, I don't know, an attaché case or a wallet.
Luann, trust me, this is the latest in leather gear.
Really? Why do you sound familiar?
Well, Barry, of course. It's me.
Anderson!
Yeah.
Us normal people have long been tired of the masks and being lectured about getting the vaccine and the lockdowns and the whole pandemic, but there is finally some good news in that we may not be hearing from Bill Gates much anymore because, well, his divorce has opened a pretty big can of worms. It turns out that his soon-to-be ex-wife started talking with divorce lawyers several years ago after becoming uncomfortable with Bill Gates' relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. So now that and his entire divorce is a giant dark cloud that will be hanging over him for some time. So we may not be hearing from Bill Gates much anymore. And he's one person who I could agree should be canceled. But despite Democrats' best wishes, we're certainly not going to be canceling our summer fun again this year. It's almost here, and Memorial Day weekend is in just over 2 weeks. So the barbecuing will begin. And I'm starting my Memorial Day sale early this year, so you can get your shirts in time for the party. So save 20% off of anything from my online store by using the promo code PARTYTIME, one word, PARTYTIME at the checkout. And in case you haven't seen, my classic I Love Global Warming design is now available in a tank top. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below. Get yourself an I Love Global Warming tank top, a Liberalism Find a Cure t-shirt, or any of my awesome designs. Enter the promo code PARTYTIME at the checkout, save 20%, and check them.
Hey, I freaking gave you some commercial time, Mark. Freaking, thanks for letting me use your stuff. And, yeah, freaking, and everyone, check out Mark Dice. He is a businessman. He does deserve, he has merchandise. He deserves to hustle. Freaking, he's a great man of the truth. And he's been in this fight for a very long time. And we should be proud to have him on our team. Take care, be safe, be kind, stay strong. I love y'all.